Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy evening to join me. I really do appreciate it. Tonight, we're talking about bad holiday vibes. You feel me? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, whatever it is that you celebrate or don't celebrate. I always wish you the utmost prosperity and joy in life. You feel me? I mean, anyone who wouldn't wish you these things, my argument is they're a monster, right? Unless, of course, you've given them a reason, right? And I mean, dead ass, like a real reason. You feel me? Like, even then, I say even then, right? Just because, like, I feel we always reach our most mature when we just learn to let shit go. You feel me? They like say this in Disney movies. Now it can make one very bitter and angry, and again, it may want to make some people like retaliate or feel a certain type of way or whatever, but like, don't go looking for trouble. You know what I mean? I mean, especially around the holidays. And I'm bringing all this up just because, in case you didn't know, while the majority of us truly understand like the meaning of privilege and gratuity and amicability, all these different very positive character traits, you feel me? I just think that it's really important that as sort of this dystopian kind of modern day real life sort of a thing folds out, that we acknowledge just how far we've come, in that we've lost so many things. We continue to lose jobs by record numbers. We continue to lose spending power, purchasing power as consumers. I mean, we should all be concerned about these very basic things, the rising cost of healthcare, and there's a lot, to be a little concerned about again. But then also, at the end of the year, it's pretty Western and it's pretty American to sort of like forego any of all of that and to just sort of like be a decent person, for some part of the month in December, whether or not it's just a couple of days or like the whole month or till the end of the month. Some people feel how they feel, and that's that Christmas vibe, right? But I think that as the economy continues to do terrible things, and wealth continues to get extracted from the very most basic of people, the people that actually need it and that actually spend the money and stuff, that like, you know, okay, so theft is a good thing to talk about during the holidays, right? And moreover, when the economy's bad and near the end of the year, people steal a lot of stuff. You feel me? And that's just because, like, a lot of people don't have disposable income or any kind of money to get gifts and stuff. And I brought up that whole sort of Western ideology just because, like, everyone kind of mostly feels that type of way. City centers are definitely, it's Christmas. I understand it's like a Christian holiday, but you gotta be like in America for a long time to understand that it's like a closed quote Christian holiday, in that it's pretty archaic or boomer like, or just unfashionably woke to talk about the separation of church and state anymore, just so far as it goes consumer and commercial and private business and industry and stuff. I mean, you at this point in your life don't even have to know who Jesus Christ is to just say Merry Christmas and to understand the very basic sort of things that go along with the holiday, right? Christmas trees, Santa Claus, a guy in a beard, a baby. I mean, the juxtaposition is it's pretty spectacular. It's kind of nice. But I just, again, I don't know. I hear like Ramadan, for example, or like the Chinese New Year. I hear that there's other parts of the world that also have these very rooted, these sort of indigenous kinds of sovereign celebrations themselves. You feel me? And so it's sort of like Christmas is one of those things. I guess you don't know unless you've been here and and obviously you'd have a better time if you had money to spend and stuff. And I gotta tell you, just from the very beginning of basic memory, all I've seen is literally the world like get worse. You feel me? Like literally. I remember at the very basic of beginning of my memories, right? Like my parents, having some extra cash or whatever, me making my little candy cane lane Christmas gift list that I would then go and get, earn money from my grandma and grandpa doing stuff, and then I'd like go buy stuff for my family and everything at my elementary scholastic book fair, Candy Cane Lane, and that was like a big deal for me, and like I was like a master 5-year-old planner, you feel me? And then I just say these things, right? Just because like it's not anecdotal, I just feel like I guess to put that into perspective, specifically I was 5 in 1992, right? So I mean there's actual evidence to support what I'm saying, and that there may have been like a slight peak and boom in the mid 90s to the early aughts, but basically the last 25 years have been nothing short of one spectacular downfall. Again, so far as just like a nuclear family goes, and the idea that there is a middle class and that people afford and are able to celebrate holidays like that if they're not, filthy rich. And sort of that's the thing, right? Is in my lifetime I've seen just the extraction of so much wealth. I mean, this is like why the world is never at peace. This is why the world is, and for the record, to all the lovely people that are a part of the status quo, right? This is exactly what is so beautiful about their plan. You know what I mean? I mean, no cap. Like, at the end of the day, you get people to fight amongst themselves long enough. I mean, shit, if we could all only be the kingpin, Lex Luthering this bitch up. It doesn't take a real smart guy to figure out that, like, that's essentially, what happens, right? And it just sucks because the holidays should be a time of, being happy and stuff. At least, again, I think maybe I've said some things that can unite us in the idea that, like, whether or not you like it, Christmas is pretty. It's an American thing. We celebrate it in a very American way, and it's an interesting vibe. And I just feel like as time progresses, until something drastically changes, like we elect a socialist for a president, or there's somebody else better for this job, which I just no, there's not. But just because I don't want to spend the next 40 years of my life in the same old rerun of a sitcom, again, because, like, even my dumbass knows how this story ends, you feel me? Like, and it's just, one, it's not exciting. Two, I'm not into the whole, walking, off a plank into a bottomless vat of, existential bliss. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Like, and only if we all felt so adamant about, like, and it's cool, I get it. I say that selfishly, right? Because, like, that's not y'all's job. You feel me? It's yours job and our collective job to be good members of society, right? We can do all those good things, but it's hard AF to do anything if you don't have the support that you need from your federal government. It is. It's essentially impossible. Like, seriously, I think we can understand that. And I just want to reiterate that, like, if you're in a position to help people, you feel me, definitely help them. And don't just do it during Christmas or during the holiday season or near Christmas. And that doesn't include the people that can just do it then, you feel me? Because historically speaking, the most kind people on the surface of this planet are brokies, are people that have absolutely nothing. They don't have a dime to spare. They don't have food to give, but yet they give away their dimes. They spare their last, like, piece of bread. You feel me? And there's something very dignifying in knowing that, like, it doesn't matter who owns everything or who's trying to control this bitch or, like, whatever's going on, you feel me? The larger macro picture, it's just people will always be people. And unfortunately, we will always find some sort of positive thing in the most negative of situations. And so, my heart goes out to, all the billions of people around this planet that continue to live their daily lives, just not anything at all like we do here in America. And that's just, something that is a larger sort of problem to address. But like, bet your ass we have the resources. We have the infrastructure. The world is ready. The world's ready to like go down in a blazing ball of fire, or to like literally, change in more quick fashion than not, so that the people that really want to make a positive change are around to see it being implemented. You feel me? And often I think that's why drastic change never takes place too. It's just there's really not anyone into making it happen like now, and in a constructive way, in an anti-fascist way, in an un-Nazi kind of an un-Lenin brainwashing kind of a bullshit thing, I mean, we can all take really good ideas and turn them into some of the most horrific nightmares that can ever possibly be fathomed. You know what I mean? Like, that's facts. That's no cap. That happens every day. That's happening right now. And it sucks. It sucks that, while so many other things are happening outside of our country continues to become more ill, and these symptoms are definitely beginning to show in different kinds of ways throughout society in different areas that typically you don't see a lot of historical change, within. And it's tough, right? It's tough, but Merry Christmas. And we're gonna get out of character. Hey guys, I really appreciate y'all. You feel me? Holiday vibes or whatever it is that we just talked about. It's an impromptu talk, and I'm here just trying to make another video so that we can stay running strong in our quest to make a video every single day, at least one for the rest of my life, which hopefully is a lot longer than not, because then like I'm trying to put up like 10,000 terabytes of data into this bitch, that's all that I'm trying to do. But I do appreciate you guys watching the show and everything, and listening to me ramble. And it's not the easiest thing to do. It really isn't. Not to say that like I deserve anything. Like, it's just any dumbass can do this. You feel me? It's just my perspective. I've last couple of days I worked a lot, and then a couple of nights before I didn't get any sleep. So I've been trying to get caught up on sleep, and I definitely was able to do that. I have an awesome roommate and 2 really great cats, and so I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little better, and I'm sure this weekend will be really good. I hope that you guys have a really good weekend. There's so many things that are going to be happening here now in the near future, but like everyone will be a part of that, at least as much as they have been, in the kind of capacity that I've been able to disclose and share. You know what I mean? Just because like there's always different sets of eyes watching these videos, and I I don't know. I make the video so people can watch them, I guess, you know what I mean? And then so I'm bringing that up just because, like, in case you ever do meet me in real life, you feel me, and you're having a conversation with me or something, it's just sort of like I put a lot of energy into this and to being the person that I am at work and stuff, but I can be a bit of a recluse, and I thoroughly enjoy my alone time. And just as soon as I'm done with this, the people that I enjoy hanging out with the most in my life, we live together. So it doesn't take that long for me, fortunately, to connect, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I have in life right now and everything, and it's definitely makes up the majority of all of what I need, you feel me? And like emotionally and everything. But I definitely love to perform, and I love the personification of different characters, caricatures, character blocking. I do formal speech structure, different kinds of speech patterns. It's fun stuff, and I really enjoy doing this. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I know I'm sure at some point. Anyways, but yeah, I've been doing this a long time, performing and stuff, and getting trained to speak and talk and communicate in different areas in life and stuff. And so that's all just been a part of the plan, to make me a full-bodied character, and that's literally no cap. Like, it's everyone has their thing in life, you feel me? I mean, I don't know, I hope if you don't have a thing in life, you find it, you know what I mean? I know that finding my thing in life has cost me basically everything, and it's not all, again, it's just, it takes a lot of detachment, and being able to just not care about the side eyes sometimes, or other people's bad attitudes. And I mean, rightfully so, people that aren't easily phased by those things are a little detached, because but I also feel like people shouldn't like be assholes or bullies, you feel me, or like be mean, or like, and again, I understand, if there's like a reason to, I guess, or whatever, but then like I also don't buy that either, because like, I don't know, I'm just a pretty indifferent AF kind of a guy, and I have very few grudges, and there's not many things in my life that I haven't let go so far as like forgiveness and everything, and not just being able to be accountable for my part in making that person feel like I'm such an asshole, because based on the things that I have done to them, right, or the ways that I behaved and my behavior and stuff, definitely that was the case. But like, so far as like arguing with like ex-girlfriends about it and stuff like that, like, I'm past that, like, I don't know, Jesus saved me, or if I just kind of grew up, but I mean, I'm just joking both those ways. I know that I just literally kind of just grew up, right, and that you kind of got to bite the bullet on that, you feel me, and just let it go, and be willing to be, accountable for the shit that you've done. And I think once people are able to do that, it's so much easier to let other things go. Even if you didn't do anything, sometimes people are just jelly, you feel me, like, there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes people are just jelly, and seriously, there's no amount of ass kissing or brown nosing that'll ever change that. And that's okay. Not everyone has to like everyone, you feel me? But I feel like everyone has to at least respect everyone enough to like not make the other person's life completely miserable. Even if it is at the cost of trying to understand that like somebody can be held accountable for their actions and they feel bad, you feel me, like people feel bad, they got feelings, even if it's not at the surface. People do, and I just think that there's some different holiday vibes going on this year in America. And I mean, suffice it to say, there aren't a lot of instances in recent American history where a fascist has been in power, for, I dare say, just going on over a decade, right? Because had this man just been president, before he tried to do the coup treason thing, he would like not be our president right now. This man has managed to be a part of our lives very intimately for 12 years at the completion of his second term. That wasn't in sequence or consecutive in nature. Only the third guy to ever do that, I think. Maybe the second, but also the first ever convicted federal felon to be elected to federal office. So shout out to Trump breaking down barriers. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's literally the world we live in. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thanks for watching my show. I'm sure we'll talk about more holiday stuff as the holidays get closer, and as New Year's gets closer. I'm sure we will. But I just wanted to post something, alright? So I hope that you guys have a really good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.